Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing my first Halloween tutorial. I actually did this spur of the moment. I had no idea what I was doing. I was also having a really bad day. I was having one of those days where nothing was going right for me, but I had these vampire fangs from last year when I was preggo and I was just too lazy to do it. So I'm doing it this year for you guys. To start off, I'm just going to apply a primer to my face, and this will help my makeup glide on better and also last longer. So I'm just going to rub that into my skin, and then I'm using my Graftobian palette, and I'm using the second to lightest shade. I'm not matching my skin tone, I'm actually making it quite a bit lighter, and I'm just using some Sedona lace brushes for this tutorial. All the products that I'm using will be listed below as per usual. So just be sure to check the description box if there's anything you're curious as to what I was using. So now I'm just blending that in, making sure to get that in my hairline really good, and I'm also blending it down my neck and applying a little bit on my shoulders just for the purpose of this video to make them not so tan looking, but it's still, they look pretty tan. I'm actually going to do my eyebrows as per usual. I have an eyebrow tutorial that I will link down below. I'm using slightly different shades. They're more cool tone gray shades, but it's basically the same thing as I do for my brows on a daily basis. So just check out that video if you want to see how I did that. And now I'm just cleaning the brows up. I'm just using a bit of concealer in this flat definer brush and just cleaning up the edges. I do want them to be quite sharp and crisp, especially at the end, come to a nice point. And then I'm going to set them with some clear brow gel. For this look, I wanted to do a very dark black smoky eye, so I'm just putting on a base first, and this is a very creamy kajal eyeliner. It's by Stila and it's in the shade Onyx, so it's a very black shade, and then I'm just using a brush to blend this out. The key to a good smoky eye, you want to keep that black shade below the crease so that when you go and smoke it out, it doesn't get too messy looking. So now I'm going in with a brown shade. I accidentally missed the clip on this eye right here, but I just brought it down along my nose, and you're probably like, Cheryl, that looks kind of crazy right now, but I will go back and fix this. This step is just going to further create shadow and dimension to that inner corner of my eye as well as along my nose. Now I'm just going in with the shade Bitten by MakeupGeek, and it's just a really nice red tone shade that's going to add the right color to this look. I wanted to make it a black and a reddish brown smoky eye, and now I'm just going in with a clean blending brush and just blending everything out. Now I'm just going in with the shade Preppy by MakeupGeek. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I am using all MakeupGeek shadows for this look just to make it easy. And now I'm going in with Corrupt by MakeupGeek, which is the blackest black shadow I've ever used. So I thought it'd be perfect for this black smoky eye. And I'm keeping this below the crease, just like I did the base. And then I'm going back in with that clean blending brush and just blending that black shadow out. Now I'm just adding a little bit more of that Corrupt because the other eye I did was a bit darker. So I wanted to just match this eye to that eye. And then again, I'm just going back with that blending brush. Every time I apply shadow, I go back in and blend it out. So that's just the key to this look. And then I'm going back in with a little bit more Bitten to make it more red in that crease. And then again, going back with a blending brush and just blending that all out. For eyeliner, I'm going to make it super dramatic. The easiest way for me to do eyeliner is with the Kat Von D eye pen in Trooper. I just find it's really easy. It's like drawing with a marker on your eye. It's just super easy to do. I am going to take the wing quite far out, and it's going to be pretty much straight out so that if my eyebrow was extended down and my eyeliner was extended all the way up, they would meet. So that's kind of how I judged it, and now I'm just going in with some mascara and coating my lashes. I will be applying falsies, so this step isn't too essential, just you want to put any kind of mascara on those lashes just to coat them. Next, I'm using my favorite lashes from House of Lashes, and they are in the Noir Fairy style. They're very dramatic and perfect for this look. They're basically like two sets of lashes stacked on top of each other, so they're very dramatic. And now I'm just taking that Kajal eyeliner again that I used as a base and just tightlining my eye, and then putting it on my waterline as well, and it's super creamy. It's very smudgeable. I don't wear this in my waterline on a normal basis just because it does bleed out. I'm just applying that corrupt eyeshadow just to set it a bit, but any smudging or bleeding is okay by me because I'm not trying to make this look too perfect. I do want it to look kind of scary, and being too perfect kind of takes away from that in my opinion. So now I'm just applying some concealer, and I'm using this to highlight. This is an NC15 concealer, and I'm just applying this on places that I want to stand out more. By placing this concealer on my jawline, this is going to enable my contour, which I'm about to do next, to stand out a lot more. So now I'm just taking a brush and blending that highlighter out. I'm taking the MAC Set Powder. This is a translucent powder. It is amazing for making your skin look airbrushed. It also mattifies your face, which is the look I was going for this vampire look. I definitely wanted an all matte look. I've noticed that I had some glue still showing. I was waiting for it to dry, and then I always like to go back and go over my eyeliner with the same product I was using just to cover up any glue spots. And this is what the finished eye looks like. It's very dark, very smoky. And now I'm moving on to the face. This is the coolest tone sculpting powder that I have. It's a blush from MAC. It's called Emote. I believe this is discontinued now, but I'm just using it on a NARS Ita brush and just contouring my face with this. My contour ended up being a little too warm for my liking, so I went back in with my foundation brush and just went over the areas which I contoured with a gray eyeshadow. And I believe I used Copper Plate from MAC to do this, but it's just going to cool out my contour a little bit more, make me look a little bit more dead. For lips, I'm using one of my favorite lip pencils. It is Night Moth by MAC. And I'm also going to be using one of my favorite lipsticks at the moment, which is also by MAC. It is in Sin. You've probably seen me use this a ton lately. It's probably going to be in my October favorites if you watch my favorites video. But I'm just going to fill in my lips fully with Night Moth, and then I'm going to go over with Sin, which is a very dark red shade. For my lips, I didn't overdraw them at all, but I did accentuate my Cupid's bow by making it slightly more pointed. Now for the vampire bite mark. This is where I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I had to YouTube and Google a lot of things. I'm going to be honest here. This is the first time I ever attempted anything like this, so it turned out okay. I don't think it was the best, but definitely try this technique if you're interested. I think it worked alright for the time being. So I'm just applying some dual lash glue, then I applied some cotton to my neck just to create some texture, and then I'm applying my foundation. I mixed it with some moisturizer to make it more emollient and just tapping it onto that cotton. Now I'm going in with some purple eyeshadow, and I'm just doing this around the bite marks just to make a bruised effect, and just keep going back in with more and more and kind of blend it out as you go. This was kind of just guessing for me, and then I went in with a mustardy shade just to create a more bruised like effect. You know, that browny, dirty, I don't know what to describe it as, a mustardy brown shade that happens when you get bruised. I'm just putting that around to create more depth and dimension into my bite mark. As you can tell, I'm kind of laughing at myself as I'm doing this because I had no idea what I was doing and it was kind of looking a little bit off, but I think it all came together in the end. Now I'm just going to take some red eyeshadow and just create 2 dots to where I want the bite mark to be. and I'm just going back in and just building that color up. It's a little bit harder with that cotton there to get the color intensity you want. And now I'm just taking more of that mustardy brown shade and going down the center just to create two distinct marks so that it looks like two raised bite marks, if that makes any sense to you. I'm just covering up more of that cotton. You can tell I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And then I'm going in with some black eyeshadow. This is going to further create dimension to your bite mark. So I'm just dabbing that into the very center of the two red dots. And this is how it turned out. I don't think it turned out too bad. In some red contacts. They actually are pretty comfortable. They're not too bad, and they come in high prescription, so I will link it down below in case you're interested. Now I'm applying some blood, some faux blood obviously, to those bite marks and making it look like it's dripping. Now I'm gonna be real here. My teeth are pretty much fangs already. They're quite pointy, I know this, which is a good thing for this tutorial because these teeth that I got did not work. I'm gonna see if the gum works. Gum worked! This is so gross. I tried everything to get these teeth to stick for you guys. I even chewed up gum and tried sticking it to my teeth, and nothing would get them to stick. So I was pretty bummed out about this. This just added to my bad day. I wasn't even going to upload this tutorial at that point because I was so ticked off, but I just pushed through it and went with it. I'm so happy I did because this is probably one of my favorite tutorials that I have done to date. Now I'm just putting that fake blood at the corners of my mouths, and this is where you can have fun with it. You can just do pretty much whatever you want, add the blood wherever you want, but this is what I went with. Just finding different locations for our photo shoot. Alex is kind of just like wah, wah, but that's okay. He's just looking at a lot. You can tell when he's just like in the moment, just staring at everything.